Yes guys, welcome back to another video. Welcome to the George Benson Football channel. If you are not yet subscribed to this channel, you might want to do so. Chelsea have got some massive matches coming up tonight. We've got the first of 3 games against our biggest rivals, Spurs. Now I say our biggest rivals. If you don't agree, let me know in the comments down below. But I believe Tottenham Hotspur are Chelsea's biggest rivals. And as a fan who was a match-going fan until I moved to Bali nearly 2 years ago now. I've not been to Stamford Bridge for nearly 2 years. It's heartbreaking. But Spurs games, home and away, they always felt as though amongst at least the match-going fans that this was the biggest rivalry of them all. This was the one that we wanted to conquer over anyone else. We've had Liverpool over the years since the early 2000s when we had those incredible Champions League ties. We've had Arsenal, we've had Manchester United, Leeds, bloody Millwall will be wonderful one day too in the FA Cup. But Chelsea versus Spurs tonight, we got to get it done, and without missing out anything, West Ham and bloody Barcelona. I cannot stand those guys. But tonight is the return of Antonio Conte to Stamford Bridge as Spurs manager. I remember I made a video a couple of weeks back now, a few months ago, and still Spurs haven't lost in English football since Antonio Conte took over. How fitting would it be tonight if Chelsea were to be the team to inflict that first defeat? Now, a few words on Conte, because people have asked me, like, do you still love Conte the same way? Do you still see him in the same light? Now, the problem is, when someone manages Spurs, you can't like them. Now, Antonio Conte's title-winning Chelsea side in 2017 was my favourite season as a Chelsea fan, following Chelsea for a start, but also everything about what Conte brought to this Chelsea team. Different style of play, the absolute unbounded passion on the sidelines was just absolutely electric. It was binding to the Chelsea fans. Chelsea fans love to see a manager endear to the club, endear to that love and passion, support and drive that we get from the stands inside Stamford Bridge and in away ends. Antonio Conte brought that, and even in the second season when we won an FA Cup, that was absolutely amazing for me. I know a lot of people, myself included, got tired of the way we played in the league, tired of the style of football, but Antonio Conte, as long as he's managing Tottenham Hotspur, I'm never going to love the geezer. And when he stops managing Spurs, which at the moment, it's looking as though, as he's made the best start to life as a Spurs manager, particularly in the Premier League, than any other manager in recent times has, you just get the feeling as if it's going to work out. And when Mourinho took over at Tottenham, I was like, they're going to win a trophy here. Jose Mourinho, serial winner. He wins everything, especially when he comes into a club, he usually wins the Carabao Cup. I thought Spurs were going to win it then. Under Antonio Conte, things just seem to be working. There is the small caveat that there was a rumour going around earlier this week, and I'm glad I didn't bite on this one and start making videos for Chelsea News, but there was a rumour that Antonio Conte wanted Lukaku back. There are some people, myself included, in some kind of like abstract manner, does maybe see this tonight as an audition for Conte and Lukaku. Will they be reunited? Will Chelsea ever decide that if Lukaku remains unhappy for the rest of this season, would it be a dreadful idea to try and swap Harry Kane or Heung-min Son for Romelu Lukaku so that they can reunite at Tottenham together? It is something that I only want to just put it out there into the stratosphere because I've seen rumours of it this week quite heavily. But I hope that Romelu Lukaku can now put this behind him. You should go and watch today's earlier video if you want to know my thoughts on this. Put it behind him and then move on and give your absolute best in a Chelsea shirt for Chelsea Football Club. And maybe, after the nature of what was a phenomenal display, an amazing fight, grit and determination from Chelsea against Liverpool, maybe we carry on in the same vein against Spurs tonight, whether Lukaku starts or whether he doesn't, which I know is the biggest question amongst what you guys are asking right now. Does Benson start Lukaku for this game? He's available, but now we are going to begin with my Chelsea versus Tottenham lineup in the semi-final of a major English footballing competition. We begin with the goalkeeper, and it is Kepa Arrizabalaga. Kepa is in. Mendy, he is on a plane. He's on a plane with Sadio Mane straight after the game to Senegal. And then I think there was an issue with the Senegalese plane to try and go to Cameroon for the African Cup of Nations. I'm not sure if it was the players, the staff, or whatever it was, but Mendy isn't here. Long story short, Kepa is in goal. Chelsea have been posting videos of Kepa this week in training. Fingertip saves, last-ditch saves. Kepa, shot stopping. We just hope that he is able to deliver the same kind of level that we've expected from Edouard Mendy. The great news with Kepa is I've got no questions about his loyalty to Chelsea anymore. Zero questions about his commitment and work rate in training because we hear nothing but good about him. And when he's played, he's been fantastic. Kepa Arrizabalaga. So I'm not worried in the slightest. If you'd have asked me at the beginning of the season before a ball was kicked, do I have enough faith in Kepa? I'd have been like, I'm not entirely sure. But when he's been called upon this season, everything we've heard and seen from him in training, the way that everybody else speaks about him, no concerns whatsoever with Kepa Arrizabalaga in goal tonight for Chelsea. Now, we move into a back three. Trevor Chalobah is out. Christensen is highly doubtful for this game, so therefore, I believe it will be a back three of Azpilicueta, Silva and Rudiger. I think it is against Spurs. It's a semi-final. I think Chelsea are going to go all out to win this. We've got Chesterfield in the FA Cup at the weekend, which no disrespect to Chesterfield, but Chelsea want to win as many competitions as we can this season. We've got an opportunity here. We're in a semi-final. And I think that in terms of rotation, I think we'll see a stronger side play tonight than we will in that FA Cup game against Chesterfield. I think the likes of Harvey Vale, Xavier Simons, these kind of players, Jude Soonsup-Bell potentially, could feature against Chesterfield at the weekend because they did a good job at Brentford. So tonight we're going to go with the full-strength team that I've chosen. Azpi, Silva, Rudiger, moving into the wing-backs. I don't want to see Christian Pulisic play in the wing-back position because when we saw him play on the wing against Liverpool, he was fantastic. However, he's played a lot recently. He's been asked to do a lot of jobs. So I was going to play Pulisic right wing-back. I've chosen not to. And I've put Callum Hudson-Odoi in the right wing-back position with Marcus Alonso, who was actually very good against Liverpool at the weekend. We can't jump through that and skip it. Didn't give him enough credit in 6 Things We Learned. Alonso was very good. He dealt with Salah and Alexander-Arnold on the whole pretty well. So Alonso continues in left wing-back today, moving into a central midfield too. And I just absolutely adored that Kante and Kovacic partnership the other day. So I've stuck with it, thinking that we will change it for the game against Chesterfield at the weekend. So Kante and Kovacic continue. Kovacic, that goal, I have still watched it over and over again. And every bloody time I see it, it gets better. Every time I see the statistics from both him and Kante in that game, for me, when these two are playing like that, it is Chelsea's best midfield. If we can dominate in that engine room against most teams in Europe, which Spurs, it's going to be tough in this game tonight. No questions. They've become a much better side under Conte. But I think with Kante and Kova, if they can get anywhere close to the way they played against Liverpool, then we should be good to get a good result in the first leg tonight. And moving into a front three, I've gone with Havertz, Lukaku and Werner. Big shock, I've put Romelu Lukaku in the starting 11. I believe now the only way that Chelsea can absolutely eliminate what has been a treacherous period for the club with these Lukaku comments, the only way we can get rid of it, stop the media question, stop the scrutiny, is for Lukaku to immediately, now he's apologised, get back in the team, start playing and start scoring. And I think there is no better way than against Spurs to do that, to start endearing with the fans, to start building back up that broken relationship that Lukaku has. I think he's got to start playing and scoring today. Lukaku, if you're playing tonight, mate, you've got to score. You've got to bury. You've got to at least be fighting like an animal on that pitch tonight for Chelsea. Timo Werner, I'm so excited to see this man play again. I don't know why, but I feel as though since Werner's been out, he's such a lovable player. And until now, I've kind of been struggling to really fully buy into that. But I hope Werner plays tonight, and I really hope he has a great performance. He scored last season in the Carabao Cup against Spurs, and I hope he does it again. Kai Havertz, again, I keep thinking that if this guy keeps getting starts, then he's going to become a phenomenal player. I think Tuchel now needs to look at Havertz, keep using him if he's playing well. I don't think he was great against Liverpool, but I think tonight we might see him back out on the right with Romelu through the middle. Those three linking up together with movement, offloading the ball to each other, resting Christian Pulisic for the game against Chesterfield. I thought he was excellent against Liverpool, and I would start him alongside Hudson-Odoi in a front three at the weekend. So, score predictions tonight. This is a tough one for Chelsea. I think it'll be cagey. First legs of two-legged semi-finals quite often are, but I think there will be goals, and I think there'll be fire once again tonight. And I'm going to go with a 2-1 Chelsea win. And I'm going to go out on a limb here and say that Lukaku is going to score the winning goal in this game. I would absolutely love it if he does. I think Timo Werner will score, and I think Lukaku will score the winner after Dele Alli equalises for Spurs if he's fit and he's going to get picked for the game tonight. But anyway, thank you guys so much for watching. If you did enjoy this Chelsea versus Spurs match preview, be sure to hit the like button, subscribe to GBFC if you are new around here, and if you want to hear my full thoughts on the whole Lukaku situation in more detail, I'll leave a link in the description to today's earlier video, which was my overarching view on the whole situation since Lukaku apologised. But anyway, thank you guys for watching. I will see you straight after the game with 6 things we learned from Chelsea versus Spurs. Come on, you Blues.